I just spent 25 hours traveling through 4 different airports all the way around the world to help you decide what is the best golf travel bag. That's what we're talking about today. Today I'm gonna give you my thoughts on what I think are the 3 best travel bags out there. I'm gonna tell you one that I would stay away from, and I'm gonna give you a couple others that I think are going to be really good, but I haven't personally tested them, but they might be good for your needs, so you should take a look. But before we get into all that, let's talk about where I went to do all of this. I'm in Vietnam. I went all the way across the world to Vietnam. I am in the Sofitel Legend Metropole Hanoi, one of the very best 5-star city hotels in the world, and I'm not gonna lie, this place has lived up to expectations. I've already had some of the best Vietnamese food I have ever had, all within a short walk of the hotel, including the pho I had for breakfast this morning in the hotel, which was as good as anything I have had. The pool here, amazing. The bars here, amazing. The beds, super comfortable, and we haven't even gotten to the golf, the whole reason I'm here. And you might not have thought that golf in Vietnam was a thing, but it is, and I've been told it's very good. So we'll have more on that in a bunch of upcoming videos, but today we're talking golf bags. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into this thing. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Scott at Asia Golf Trips. I would have never really considered Vietnam as a true golf destination were it not for him convincing me that it is worthwhile, and already I'm just so glad to be here. This guy is the best of the best. If you've ever wanted an exotic golf trip that is more than just golf, you get world-class culture and experiences, you should consider this. So I'll drop a link to his site below. Okay, first off, we're gonna start with one that's probably the most popular or well-known golf travel bag, and those are the ones that are from Club Glove. Right now, you're gonna find 2 different models. You're gonna find the College Traveler and the Pro Traveler. And they've changed their names a little bit, but I've used the College Traveler for the last 10 years. I've taken this bag literally all over the world. It has been on dozens of golf trips with me, and it is held up like a champ. So if you're looking for the most durable bag, I can personally vouch for Club Glove. Sometimes it's tough to talk about durability because I can only do so much testing, but since I've used this bag so much, I can personally attest to the fact that it is still just as good as the day that I bought it. But that doesn't mean that it's perfect, and it's not actually the bag that I'm currently using. When I say it's not perfect, that mostly comes down to the size. So if you have a small set of clubs and you're not looking to pack a whole bunch of other stuff in your golf bag, the College Traveler's probably fine. But if you're like me, you want to bring a few extra pairs of shoes, you want to save a little room for some souvenirs or whatever, I would get the Pro Traveler. Yes, it's going to be a little bit bigger, might be a little bit heavier, tougher to carry, but for the most part, when you've got your golf travel bag, it's like you're wheeling it through the airport and then you put it in a car and you're not going to touch it again. Having that extra space for when you're traveling, I have missed in my personal Club Glove bag, so take that for what it's worth, but I found it's always nice to have a little more space than not having enough. Okay, so I mentioned that I'm not personally using the Club Glove anymore, and that's because this other bag exists, and that is the Sun Mountain Meridian Club Glider. So this, again, also not a perfect bag, but I found it to be the most convenient golf travel bag. Why is it the most convenient? Well, for one reason, the Club Glider system. So it literally has an extra set of wheels that you literally pull down, pull out, and then you can just wheel this thing wherever you want to go. It turns on a dime, it's super easy. I literally had my 4-year-old pushing it around on one of our last trips. It is that easy and that convenient. That being said, of the bags that I'm talking about today, I would say the build quality, even though it's very good, it's not the most robust. So I do have a few questions about durability long-term if you're taking this on trips like once or twice a month, if you're using this really frequently. If you're only using it a handful of times a year, I think you're probably going to be just fine. But for me, the convenience of this Club Glider system has outweighed the durability of the Club Glove for my own personal needs. So take that for what it's worth. I will say, similar to my experience with my Club Glove bag, this one is a little bit too small for me. I would love a bag that is just a little bit bigger, a little bit more storage, so I don't feel like I'm packing everything in, and when I do that, I don't feel like I'm going to break the zipper because I'm trying to like zip it shut. Again, you kind of learn to pack a little bit lighter, but having a little bit of extra space would be nice. So the third one I'm going to talk about today is the newest bag that I've got, and this is the one I gave to my dad for this trip to test out. So I've got it here with me. We're gonna go take a quick look at it, but it is the AWOL bag from Ghost. So overall, I have been really impressed with this bag, which I would hope so, considering it's like $350. It's not a cheap bag, but there is more space than either of the other bags that I've used. It feels as durable as the Club Glove, if not more so. It feels like a really robust bag, and so while this is the first trip I've taken, I can't attest attest to its durability. It really does seem like it's well built, so I have absolutely no concerns with that. I will say, as far as convenience and packing and space, this is definitely better than either of those bags. The way that the zipper opens up on this bag makes it a lot easier to open and close if you have packed it heavy. So another thing that's nice about this Ghost bag is they have a strap system. So it's basically a strap you wrap around the base of your bag, it connects via Velcro, and it just holds your bag in place a little bit more while you're traveling. It's a nice added touch that neither of those other bags have. With the AWOL bag, there's also some extra pockets for storage, which I love. It's easy to fit multiple pairs of shoes, some extra stuff. So especially when you're traveling around the world to a place like Vietnam, you're packing for multiple contingencies. You want to be able to shove a bunch of stuff in that hopefully you're not going to need, but you might need, so it'd be nice to have. This is a great bag for doing that. Again, though, like all the other bags, it's not perfect. It does not have that Club Glider system that the Sun Mountain has, which honestly, I can't imagine traveling without this now. It is so nice. And honestly, in some ways, the bigger thing for me, and this is the same issue I have had with every other Ghost bag that I have reviewed, they go so overboard with Ghost branding that I can't handle it. Maybe some people that are huge fans of Ghost, like that's what they want. They want it to be a billboard for Ghost golf, but it's just everywhere. Ghost logo right on the top, all the straps, Ghost. You open it up, the interior lining, Ghost, 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 Ghost everywhere. It's like, that's cool. It's like, great, Ghost golf. But these would arguably be some of the best bags out there if they just lowered the Ghost branding by about 80%. So if that doesn't bother you and you love Ghost or you love that brand, you love that aesthetic, awesome. You are going to love this bag. It is as good as the Club Glove, honestly, maybe even better. I've been really impressed. But even though the Sun Mountain seems like it might be just slightly less durability, slightly less space, that Club Glider system, man, it is awesome. A couple other bags I will mention that might be good fits for you. Just keep in mind, I haven't tested these personally. One is the Caddy Daddy bag. This one you can get for $189, and it looks very similar to the Ghost Golf bag, but at nearly half the price. The Amazon reviews looked really solid. The build quality looks really good, and it does seem like it has good storage, good build. And so that's one, if someone was looking for a sub $200 golf bag, I would definitely take a look at. Speaking of sub $200 golf bags, one I would stay away from is the Tour Trek bag. The very first golf travel bag I ever had was a Tour Trek bag, and within like 3 or 4 trips, the thing was falling apart. It had rips. It was like, it was just bad. I will never buy another Tour Trek bag, but that is just my experience. Maybe they've gotten better. If you have a Tour Trek bag and you've had a good experience, then maybe drop a comment, help people out. But that's one I would personally stay away from because all these other ones I've mentioned have been so good. On the other end of things, if you were looking for like a splurge bag, I would probably go for the Tumi Sport hard case. A lot of people have a love or hate relationship with hard cases, but they're generally going to keep your club safer, and this one from Tumi, even though it's like $1,000, it looks really good. I have not used it, but if I was gonna drop $1,000 on a golf travel case, that's probably the one I would spend my money on. So there you go. Hopefully that was useful. We kind of hit a bunch of different price points. We hit a bunch of different feature sets. I don't think you need to look too much further beyond the ones that I mentioned. There's gonna be golf travel bags out there from all the major golf brands. Those are all probably gonna be fine, but these are the ones that I've had a great experience with. So whether you're looking for durability, storage, value, I think that one of the ones I mentioned is going to hit all of those things. But with that, I just got to Hanoi, and I need to go explore this fancy hotel a little bit more. And you might not know this about me. I had this very stupid goal of going to the top 100 bars in the world. So before COVID, before I had my kid, I had made it to 60 out of 100. And while there is not a top 100 bar here in Hanoi, the best bar in Vietnam and one of the top 50 bars in Asia is called the Haflington Bar. And it's about a 20-minute walk from here. So I'm gonna go check that out before touring a bomb shelter later. And then for dinner, we're going to a Michelin-recognized restaurant. So life could be worse for me. You probably shouldn't feel too bad for me, even though I'm pretty tired and jet lagged. So if you have any questions about any of these bags, feel free to drop a comment below. I will do my best to answer every single one. And if you're not sure what video to watch next, maybe go watch this one, all about some of the best regular golf bags out there. And I hope you have an excellent day. We'll see you on the next video, probably still from Vietnam. Peace.